Here SCADA system. SCADA is means supervisory control and data acquisition. It will provide a real-time system information to the modeling and analysis tools. So real-time system information, why it is required for the calculation or for the fuel load forecasting, how much now load is required. So in further how much load may mm, consume. Okay, so now how much reactive power it is consumed, so in further in future how much it is required. So how topology analysis, and so network analyzing or power flow analysis or contingency analysis. So this real-time system information is required for the modeling and analysis tools. So hence the data integrity and expandability of the SCADA database are critical. So next is the attributes data acquisition. So in data acquisition, system operating state, for example relay or a circuit breaker or any equipment transformer or a blast furnace, if we use in if we are seeing in the steel mill. Okay, so the system operating state, so what are the parameters it is related, so automatically it is collected by the remote terminal units, whatever the equipments we want to measure. Okay, we are related, we have connected with that. Okay, then the automatically the data will be collected. Okay, through the what, through the by the remote terminal units. So system operating state is collected automatically by remote terminal units. So this includes so that data includes mm, status of a switching devices as well as alarms and measured values of voltage, current. This information is passed to the control center in close to real time. Next is a monitoring, event processing and alarm. So monitoring, why it is required, so continuously, for example voltage should be 230. Okay, so we shall think the voltage of a that particular equipment should be 230. So we should continuously monitor that whether it is a 230 or if it is a behind 230 or it is a below 230. So we should continuously monitor whether it is a changing or it is a increasing or reducing. So here monitoring, an important function of a SCADA is to compare, so what is the standard value of that and what we got. Okay, for example standard value is 230, but what we got now measured value, it may be the 230 below 230 or it is maybe the above 230. So but what is the measured value we got in the real time and the what is the standard value. So measured data to normal values and limits, and we need to check what is the tolerance or what is the limit of a particular equipment, what it will withstand. So we need to check that. Event processing, in event processing, for example many faults has been occurred, so before it may occurred, so after event, that why it is occurred and how it is initiated, so we need to classify the events. Okay, all events generated by the monitoring functions, whatever the generated events that need to be classified and group events, and that event data should be sent to the operator through the human machine interface. So all events generated by the monitoring functions are processed by the event processing functions. So whatever the events generated that need to be processed by the event processing function, which will classifies. So according to the maybe due to humidity some equipments may get damaged. So the because of moisture condition, because of climate conditions, some faults may occur. So that may be uh, mm, separated, classified due to the climate conditions or due to the manually while due to the while operation only, okay, due to overload or anything, that is okay. So climate conditions, dividing, classifying, okay, classifies and group events and delivers appropriate information to the system operators through the human machine interface. So most critical event that will be sent to the operator through the alarm, example flashing color presentation or as audible signals. Next is a control. So control through SCADA system can be initiated manually, can be the direct control of a particular device. So it can be controlled in control can be initiated manually, can be the direct control of a particular device. So in SCADA only, if the operator changes or if any switching off, okay, if any isolating, so is operating in the control room only, okay. uh, so if you want to switch off a particular equipment, if we has option in the SCADA, then if we switch off, then the particular device will be switched off. So that is what control through a SCADA system can be initiated manually, can be the direct control of a particular device. Some functions are initiated manually by the control room operator but then follow local control logic to ensure the equipment is operated following a specific sequence or within a specific limits. Control initiated automatically is triggered by an event or a specific time. Next is a data storage, event log analysis and reporting. So data storage, real-time measurements are stored in the real-time database of the SCADA system at the time received, because the data update overrides odd values with new ones. So the time triggered data is stored in the historical database at periodic intervals, example every 5 minutes or every hour for future use. The sequence of events formed by time-stamped information is useful for the system operator to analyze an event to establish the reason for its occurrence. So data storage is important to analyze or to extension for extension. So for it may be data stored maybe for every hour or every 5 minutes, okay, it should be stored properly. And event log analysis and reporting, so whatever the events has been occurred, so that also need to be stored. So, why it is occurred, how it has been occurred, and what is the solution for that. So that the sequence of events formed also, that is also important for analysis purpose and for the reporting purpose. Next is a customer information system. So here customer information system, first is a metering. So old inventory of meters and locations, old inventory of meters and locations. Next is a billing, customer information system. First is a metering, hold inventory of meters and locations. Next is a billing, collect meter reading from smart meter system, apply tariff from the customer information database, process billing for all customers, report outstanding information for field collection. So this you might have listened, billing, collect meter reading from a smart meter. We need to collect how much meter reading has been done, how much meter reading is available from a smart metering system. So next, apply tariff from the customer information database. So for the customer information, whether he is a commercial or a domestic, or how much load is he using, so based on the customer information database we need to apply the tariff. Okay, so after getting the meter reading we should check the whether the customer is a commercial or a domestic he is using. So after that we need to apply the tariff. Next, after that, process billing for all customers. Process billing for all customers. Next, report outstanding information for field collection. Outstanding information for field collection. Next, payment delivers bill, allow various modes of payment, implement credit control and monitoring process. So payment methods also important. Nowadays we are using a phone pay or a Google Pay, right? So payment, electricity bill we are paying for the online UPI, like that. So the payment method delivers bills, allow various modes of payment, either through check or either through UPI or online transaction. Okay, the various modes of payment should be allowed, and implement credit control and monitoring process. Next is a quality and reliability of supply. Next, identify customers affected by outages, quality and reliability supply. So during the rainy seasons or during more wind blows, so in that case if any line has been cutted or line has been fall down, so the identify customers affected by outage and provide a information and provide information to customers regarding outage and their possible duration. So for example, any fault has been occurred in the substation itself, so they need to inform. Okay, or they are changing the lines. Okay, they are changing the cables, and then they should intimate to the customers regarding that they within these hours you will not be available the power supply. So you should do your work in the early. Okay, like that. So information to the customers, identify customers affected by outage and provide service, and provide information to customers regarding outages and their possible duration, and inform customers of scheduled system maintenance. Next is a losses. So real time or periodic reconciliation of energy purchased, distributed and billed to identify and locate technical and commercial losses. So what are the losses? Real time or a periodic reconciliation of a energy purchased, distributed and billed to identify and locate technical and commercial losses. Next is a complaint handling. So complaint handling means here integrate cell center system and the CIS provide access to customer information, provide facilities to log complaints. So complaint handling means so the customer, if any fault is occurring, for example once one area is getting a overload or over voltage to the particular home, like that. Okay, so the customer whatever the customer complaint to the substation operator, they should react and they should do the maintenance according to that. So integrate a cell center system and the CIS provide access to customer information. So they should and the CIS provide provide access provide access to customer information, provide access to customer information, provide facilities to log complaints, provide facilities to log complaints.